Hi, everyone. I'm recording a podcast in Ecuador right now. And if you knew what I just had to go through to try and make this work, oh man, wow, Dylan really cares. He appreciates us. And he wants to get the show out for us even when he's in an Airbnb where none of the plugs can hold the plug in them. So you have to take the bed and then slam it up against the plug to hold it in place. But then every time you get on the bed moves, and then the Zoom recorder, it turns off. So then you're like, okay, well then I'm gonna lose that sound. So then you also at the exact same time are recording on your computer, but then on a voice memo. I'm recording this twice. I mean, one of them's gonna work. On a voice memo. I just keep looking at it and I'm like, oh, it's peaking. Okay, that's good. But I'm good. I'm feeling good. I hope you guys are feeling good. This one might be a little bit short. Oh, I'm also, if you're watching the YouTube, which not all of you do, so it's okay. But this one, maybe check it out. I'm sitting on brown pillows in an Ecuadorian Airbnb. Nothing on the walls. And you know what's crazy? I didn't even notice that until right now when I said that. That's how much of a guy I am. Oh wait, no, there's shit behind me. But that's stuff that you pick up like at wherever you pick it up. What are those stores like Ross or Marshall's? But there's that other one like at Michael's. Maybe you would get just a canvas. Just pulled over, just canvas with like random, like kind of cubist impressionist artwork. I don't know. I mean, if you're not listening, you're like, I can't even, you couldn't imagine, maybe you can, what I'm saying, just by how I was describing it, because I'm tired, man, dude. I took a lot. I burned 2,000 calories today hiking. I don't usually do that. We're at 9,000 feet, 9,500 feet. We went up to... Also, I know this mic sometimes picks up me going like... I'll try not to do that to you guys. And I'll try and figure that out. But as for right now, you're just gonna have to hear my wet mouth. Disgusting. Anyway, so we're at 9,500 feet. We went up to 12,500 on a gondola that, let me tell you, didn't feel very comfortable in. Some of the big poles that were holding it up were not straight. And the entire time I just kept thinking about what would happen if the wire snapped. But that's okay. I'm chill. I'm a very chill guy. I don't think about it, death ever. Went up to 12,500 feet, and then we hiked. Dude, we hiked from 12,500 feet to 15,300 feet, dude. Crazy. Highest I've ever been in my life. I should have played highest in the room when I got there. I'm the highest. I should have played that, but that would have been kind of shitty. I don't like people that play music out loud when they're hiking, like on their phones. I mean, I don't like people that play music out loud in general, full stop. Stop doing that. The rest of the world exists, okay? You are literally just saying, I want to hear this more than I care about anyone else having to also hear it. You're a piece of shit. Okay, and I know a lot of people have talked about that online and just in general, and I'm not the first person to have that take, and some of you maybe do it out loud, and if you do it every now and then for a little bit, you play a song out loud, whatever, it's fine. But if you have a speaker or if you're constantly playing shit out loud on your phone, I don't care who you are, I don't care what the situation, I don't care like what your circumstances are. Piece of shit. And I'm starting the podcast off negative with that, but I think most people will agree with me. And this room is echoey. Whatever, dude. I'm trying, man. I'm making this for the people. And I think that I pressed record on my phone. I'm like 92%. I did. I remember seeing the little bar. Dude, did I? Fuck. I gotta. Fuck. All right, let me check. Hold on. Yep. No! Hey, guess what? Got up to check and the recorder turned off because I moved literally an inch on the bed. I mean, more than an inch, but like not a lot. And it might happen again. But whatever, man. I'm not stressed. I'm on vacation. I'm happy. I really am. The hike fucked me up though. Dude, it fucked me up. If you ever think you're in shape, just go for a hike at altitude. You'll just be breathing heavy. It was good. I'm so tired. I'm going to sleep so well tonight, which is nice because, I don't know. Was there anything else I want to talk about the hike? Because I feel like you guys might be interested in that. It's not something people do a lot. It took like 4 hours. People were like running it. People from Ecuador were running. And by the way, I've been trying to practice my Spanish here. Man, you think you know a language and then you get into a very normal conversation with someone and you're like, I don't know anything. It all literally flies out of your head and you're just like, lo siento, despacio, por favor. Like you don't know anything. And then you feel like bad because then you feel like you lied to them because you go up all confident. You've looked it up on Google Translate before exactly what you want to say. So you've looked it up, you've practiced it. You're like, okay, dude, I know how to say this. This is good. But you're lying. You're a fraud because you didn't come up with it in your head. You looked it up before. And then you say it to them, and then they give you a response that you didn't plan for. Basically, any response besides C or like a very simple question, and you go, shit, I don't know the language at all. I'm a liar. I'm a fraud. You almost want to say soy un fraud. I don't know how you say fraud in Spanish. But I went to a pharmacy last night with my because I'm here with my brothers and one of their good friends from the army, and so we went to a pharmacy, had to get him some cough medicine, and also if my posture's fucked up on the bed, look, I don't want to move. So I know. I mean, this is a chilling podcast. This is Sunday, so we are having a relaxed time, but just don't talk about my posture. I'm also in a long sleeve shirt inside because it's cold. I'm cold. Anyway, so we're at the pharmacy, and he needs cough drops and migraine medication. Obviously, I don't know how to say cough drops, like because the way the direct translation would make me sound like an insane person. And even though sometimes translations are literal and they do sound, I'm never gonna be the one to try and make that direct translation. And then the guy just look at me like, first of all, he's gonna be like, oh shit, this guy doesn't know. It's not like I'm trying to trick them. Like obviously they know. They look at me. They look at the white face that's red today because I forgot to put sunscreen on. That's a whole different conversation. Dude, I'm sorry. It was cloudy. I didn't feel it on my face, but because we're closer to the sun, the UV rays wrecked my shit. And it sounds fake saying that doesn't it sound like some shit? Doesn't that sound like something a dumb person would say as an excuse for something like in physics class? They'd be like, why does this happen? It's like, well, because on the mountain, you're closer to the sun. And it's like, oh, cool. You're an idiot. So you're like, that's fine. You should just know you're never going to do well in science. So get the fuck out of here. But you're literally closer to the sun. And I swear to God, that's the reason. And the air is thinner, whatever. Is it just me or does that all sound fake? It all sounds made up. Maybe I get why some people are like, science is... No, I don't get that. I mean, I do a little bit, but Anyway, closer to the sun. Put sunscreen on this morning. on my face, just my face. I don't know why. Why do you always forget your neck? Why do you always forget your neck when you're putting sunscreen on? It's the place you always get sunburnt, and you always are like, hey, I don't have a neck, actually. Every time you put sunscreen on, you're like, I have no neck. You're that guy from 90 Day Fiance, Ed or Frank, whatever. It's one of those ugly white guy names. Sorry, but that's what they are. Ed, Frank. I almost said Lorge. That's not that's not a name. What's another ugly white guy name? Ed, Frank, Terry, maybe. Gunther can be extremely ugly, or he could be like hot as shit because of his name. You know? Right? There's gotta be some hot Gunthers out there. But they definitely don't. Their teeth are fucked up for sure. I know that for a fact. What are other ugly guy names? No. I can't think of anyone. Ralph, yeah, Ralph's usually aren't. They're not. And someone's gonna comment. Oh, well, what about this guy? He's Ralph. Ralph Fiennes. Ralph Fiennes is. He's not ugly, right? He's not. Is he hot? There'll be one girl who's like, he's literally my celebrity crush. He's the one that. He's my hall pass, dude. Could you imagine? Your girlfriend fucks Ralph Fiennes, and it's like your girlfriend is like, Ralph Fiennes is my hall pass, and you're already like, okay, that's weird as fuck. Voldemort, okay. Why am I with you? To be honest, because Harry Potter adults aren't horrible, but they're not great. They're not Disney adults, but they're getting close. And I love Harry Potter. It's great, but yeah, it's great. I like it. What the fuck am I saying? But you find out your girl's like you find out your girlfriend's hall pass is Ralph Fiennes, and you're like, yeah, for sure. Okay. Go ahead, sweetie. But then because that actually feels like it could happen. I mean, he's older, but he's like British, right? I feel like he is suave. He would be like, yes, oh yeah, I'm Ralph Fiennes. I'm Ralph Fiennes. There's no way he sounds like that. But he will be, hello there then, yeah. Oh, is that right? I'm your celebrity crush, am I? I'm your hall pass. Well, there's a hallway somewhere in this house, isn't there? and then he fucks your girlfriend, and you're like, no. And then it's doubly embarrassing because you're like, Ralph Fiennes fucked my girlfriend probably better than I did. Voldemort he who shall not be named fucked my girlfriend, and she made him put the nose prosthetic on. Dude, you're always going to be thinking about that. You're always going to be like, did he fuck her better than me? And then the answer is obviously yes, because he's British, and that just adds a little spice to it, even though they don't have spice in their food. Just something about it just makes it, I don't know, it feels more formal. It feels like a notary was there being like, oh yes, he is fucking you better than your boyfriend. Like, I've signed it right here. I stamped it down. It's framed up. She came harder with him than she ever will with you. Really going crazy on this episode. Maybe it's the bed. Maybe the bed is chilling me out. I'm in my space. Anyway, it's been 14 minutes. Yeah, 15. I mean, I don't know how much. That first part I'm gonna have to cut because the goddamn Zoom broke out. Anyway, dude, if for celebrity crush hall pass shit is crazy to me. But if you do it, don't tell me. Okay? I don't want to know. Obviously, I want to know if I'm dating someone. Obviously, you need to know if they cheat. Even though, it's the whole argument of well, if you never found out, it happened one time. and it was a mistake. Like, maybe it wouldn't ruin you. Like, would you really want to wreck everything for? But it's not an isolated incident. There'll be other things that happen as well. But I don't know. You want to know, but if it's a celebrity, if it's the hall pass, you actually don't, because it's so embarrassing. So embarrassing, because you can tell your friend, what happened? Like, oh, she cheated on me. And then one of them's going to be like, because whenever anything bad happens in a relationship, whenever a relationship breaks up, all anyone wants to know is why you guys broke up. They're like, hey, the trauma that you're going through right now? Relive it for me. I want the drama. I want the tea, sis. Okay? Get sadder again, thinking about what happened. Even if you guys just broke up because it just didn't work out. Hey, literally everyone, people you just met, or people you haven't talked to in years. Oh, what happened? Okay, let's do this again. Well, it just, she fucked Ralph Fiennes. I don't know that. Yeah. Oh, what? Voldemort? The guy from whatever other, I don't have my phone, so I can't look up what movies he's been in. But I know the Gentleman, right? He was in The Gentleman. The guy from The Gentleman? And then one of them was like, I mean, he is hot. He is kind of hot in The Gentleman. He is suave. Yeah, doesn't he do some crazy shit in The Gentleman? Or is that the guy from The King's Speech? No, I think he's in it too. Whatever, bro. Anyway, all anyone wants to do when you break up is ask you what happened. All they want to do is make you relive the trauma. And it's like, dude, you're being a bad friend, okay? If my house burned down, would you immediately ask me how it burned down? Would you immediately be like, oh, were there signs it was going to burn down? What? I was just in your house 2 weeks ago. Everything looked fine. Yeah, dude, no shit. I was hiding the fire in the basement the entire time, all right? And I was keeping it down, but it was slowly getting bigger and bigger. And then one day I just went out and someone said something to me in a nice way that she had never done. And then, you know what? The fire hit the gas tank and it exploded and the house burned down. Is that what you want to hear? I'm sad. Is that what you want to hear? And this is not about me. This is extremely general. That's actually not what happened with me. But, I was in the moment. I was just trying to come up with something, No, people don't know how to be good friends when their friend is going through a breakup. And it's crazy to me because we all go through breakups, and we all just want the gossip, dude. We just want the gossip. We just want to know. You want to know why? Because we want to then go and tell someone else. We all want the gossip because we then want to go and tell someone else and be like, oh, did you hear about so-and-so? They broke up because they cheated. Do you want the really good gossip? Oh, they broke up. They caught them like fucking their dad or something. Or, oh, money laundering, the king of Qatar and whatever. I can't think. I mean, it's been a long day, but so then they're obviously upset when you're like, it just didn't work out. And they're like, really? They didn't hit you or anything? You're like, dude, the fuck? I'm sorry for not giving you a reality show. I'm sorry for not providing you with some viral moment for your own life. Fuck out of here. But we all do it. I do it too. I have to stop myself. But I do want to be like, dude, what happened? But you literally just gotta be like, damn, I'm sorry. I hope you feel okay. Talk to me. Like, let me know if you want to talk about it. That's it. And then change the subject. Your job as a friend, when your friend tells you that they broke up, is to give them your support, tell them you're there to talk if they want to, and then change the subject immediately. That's it. Change the subject. Do not harp on it, because they'll talk about it if they want to. Trust me. Trust me, they will. One of my friends, fucking all he could talk about for 3 months. And I was kind of like, I mean, you're like, dude, I get it. She sucked. I get it. What did you do though? Kind of was like what at some point, you kind of want to be like, but where, not the victim blame, two sides of every story though. She was psycho though. But he's definitely not I'm not gonna go into that. He's definitely not the easiest person to date though. Oh, he did crash out for about a year. It was a lot. Almost, yeah. God, I hope he doesn't listen to this. I love you, dude. But you had a rough year. You can admit that. But you tried some new things. Had a good time. I'm not going to go any deeper than that because it would give it away. How the fuck did I get there? What was I talking about? Ralph Fiennes? Breakups. I guess I kind of wrote down like talking about break. That's all I really want to talk about breakups. I think I might. The only other thing is that, yeah, okay. So that does relate to the fact that I do feel like there was a different line of thinking that I was talking about earlier, completely got sidetracked. I don't know if it was about having no neck, sunscreen, any of that stuff, but it's gone. It's in the ether, dude. Shit disappeared. ADHD brain. I did have a caffeine piece of gum before this, just so I could be a little bit hype for you guys, because I try. I want to be there for you guys. So addicted to caffeine. It's actually crazy. I think I was going to talk about sleeping. I'll talk about that later. Just to wrap up the stuff about the girlfriend stuff. Also, dude, someone sent me. People just are. They don't. And my best friend did this, and I love this guy, and I'm not mad at him for doing it, but I feel like some people just like based on sometimes when you go through, because I broke up with her months ago, like my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend, and like people just see me out and they just assume like I'm okay, and I'm good, but like it doesn't mean I want to hear about them or be reminded of them, because human being still hurting. Okay, think about it. Gonna be sad. All right? Gonna start ruminating. Thoughts are gonna come up. It's not gonna be great. It's gonna derail me for a bit. I don't care what it is. And you as a friend are supposed to know that. You're supposed to know, like, okay, once my friend breaks up with once my friend breaks up with someone, I shouldn't mention that person for at least a year. Unnecessary. Because their reaction to it, whether you like it or not, is going to be much more complicated than you think it is. Even if they seem fine, even if they say their name and they say, I'm totally good, they're just going to be reminded about them longer that day. And this isn't bitch shit, because I was on my bitch shit last week with the mustache, but I feel confident about the mustache and I'm keeping it for the summer, and I might keep it for longer than the summer. Okay? This is just real shit. This is a guy talking about his feelings. We got to do that more, okay? This podcast, I also want to fucking encourage guys to be able to talk about that shit too, because guys can't. The guys literally can't talk about their feelings unless they're in a foxhole firing at other men, and then maybe they might be like, you mean a lot to me, Bo. If I ever lost you, it would really hurt me. Grenade! Mortar strike! Your love of my life! Like that's... calling in. What else are they doing? Flamethrower. You kept me from killing myself. Some guy. And they just bond over that. Will you be my best man? Stabbing. So. That's so. And the guy dying is like, oh, that's so sweet. I miss my. I never told my best friend I love him. That's anyway, you're supposed to know that, dude. My best friend brought up some shit that my ex did online and sent it to me, and I'm just like, bro, why are you doing that? Why are you now? I'm seeing that, and then I'm just like, what are they doing? And then I'm thinking about shit. No, dude. No. They don't exist to you anymore. Get them out. All right? And I really thought I had more to say about that, but that sidetrack that I think was funny, we'll see in the edit when I watch it, but I think it was funny. I can't be as loud in this Airbnb as I want, because I'm worried some Ecuadorian person is gonna be like, what the fuck is going on next door? But yeah, it was a good tangent. Let's see. My brother broke something. Do I want to say that? Airbnb is not going to check this. Dude, didn't realize how short Ecuadorians were till I got here. They're legit 4'10". They're like the average guy, like no joke, 5'3". And that's a tall guy. Like, it's crazy. You want to know how I realized that it's not just me seeing a couple short guys and then extrapolating from that. The lights in this Airbnb hang so low that I've hit my head on them 15 times. And I hit my head on it so many times that I cracked I really hope Airbnb does whatever. I mean, hey, Airbnb, it was a hazard. I hit my head on it multiple times. I cracked the cover of the light fixture. And then my brother today was taking his shirt off because he's also tall, and not even that tall though, and hit it, and it shattered. And then a million pieces went everywhere. Now we have a broken light fixture. And that's the moment that I was like, they are shorter. They are shorter than average. Because I don't want to judge. I've had a limited experience here. I don't want to immediately be like, all Ecuadorians are short, and then all of a sudden I go to another town. I go, oh, this is where all the tall guys are. They all just hang out in this town. I guess I was in Shorty Town. Not really how things work, but you never know. Different country, different culture. I'm all ears, all eyes. I'm trying to learn how it is. I don't assume, okay? A lot of people might assume that countries don't mix people up based on height, but that's very Western centric. All right? You haven't been everywhere. All right? They could be having different what are they split cities up into? Quadrants? Districts? They could have different district. They could have different districts that are based on height. You have no idea. And maybe that's how we were mentally. Who knows? You never know until you try it. Okay? And would all the girls be flocking to one certain district? Probably. But a lot of the tall guys might be flocking to short girl district. Just tall guys like short girls. Not always, but not always, but for me, sometimes, not all the time, but don't know why. Sometimes I get really introspective and I'm like, why is it that I like short girls? And then someone will say something that they think is a reason why, and then it kind of seems like it's a negative thing, and then I feel really weird about it, and I'm like, is it because of that thing, weird power dynamic? They're trying to make it seem like I like a girl that's a lot smaller than me, but I'm like, no, I don't care about that. I don't like to be dominant over people. I'm actually a pretty chill, nice guy. Honestly, during sex, I don't really, not to, but hey, it's my show, my podcast. I honestly, I'm just trying to have a good time. I don't really want to be, this giant dom guy, but then because I'm so big, everyone expects it of me, and then they want it from me, and they ask me, and then I kind of have to play this character that I don't really want to play, but I don't want to let them down because I want to make people happy, people pleaser. Told myself I would stop doing that, but old habits die hard. And so then I have to, I'm playing this guy, and I'm like, I'd really like to just stop cosplaying someone that hates women. To be, I'd really like to stop cosplaying murdering you. I know you're having a good time, but I'd like to just enjoy. I'd like to enjoy your just being. I'd like to enjoy your just the fact that someone is willing to do this And that's not me saying that I don't think people are, but sometimes it's just nice to be like, oh shit, someone wants to do this. That's great. Yeah, that's something you're attracted to. Obviously, I'm not just like, hey, anyone off the street. Okay. Backpedaling so hard, but sometimes you're just like, hey, this is nice. Oh, you want me to punch you in the face and spit on you? Oh shit, okay. Oh God, I really don't want to do that, but I want but I want to make you happy because that's who I am as people pleaser, and so okay. All right, I guess I'll kind of half-heartedly do it, and then and then feel weird about it later, and then anyway, okay, just don't need to go down that pathway anymore, especially because now that I'm single, I'm just like, is someone I'm dating gonna listen to this? And then, I mean, who gives a shit, honestly? Truly, because again, whole point of this, everyone be having these crazy thoughts. Not everyone. I mean, some people don't have internal dialogues. Those people are absolutely sociopathic. But most people definitely thinking something of this. Let's see. Okay, I did that. I don't want to talk about the Gen Z stuff. I'll do that another day. This usually comes out on Sunday. Oh, it's just a quick question. Does this feel like a Sunday podcast, guys? Does it? First of all, thanks for the feedback. Thanks for the people DMing me, saying they like it, enjoying it, friends saying it. I mean, thank you. Honestly, it's really nice to hear. Everything, all the feedback you guys have given is like my goal for the show. So I very much appreciate it. Send it to a friend. Help grow the show. You're part of this. Okay, guys? You're part of growing the show, especially the OGs. So I release it usually Sunday night or Monday, depending on like how fast I can get it out. And it will be more consistent, I promise. Just in the beginning times, especially with like traveling and stuff, it's a little hard. But like, does this feel like a Monday or Sunday? It feels very Sunday-y to me. People got like Sunday scaries and all of that, which like I don't really get, but I don't have a corporate job. I mean, I get just having anxiety for sure. I get that, but could be Monday. Does not feel like Tuesday. Some parts of the week, I don't think all of them have a feel. Friday's got a feel for sure. Thursday has, I would argue, almost a better feel than Friday, in my opinion, because you're like, at the end of Thursday, not the beginning of Thursday, the end of Thursday, though, you're like, hell yeah, dude, one more day to Friday. That rules. And then you get extra sleep that night if you're smart, because you know you're going to go out on Friday. If you go out, I'm not going out all the time, but I'm just saying. Saturday rules. Sunday, people get scared, whatever. Everyone, but also it's like a weird relaxation day. Monday sucks ass. But honestly, Tuesday, I think, sucks more. Because Monday, it's still the first day back. And you're just like, and Monday sucks. And so you expect Monday to suck. And you go in and everyone kind of also expects you to be a little sluggish on Mondays. And so you go in, you're like, fine, long weekend. You get shit started up. And then whatever. It's expected. Fine. Then you go in on Tuesday and you're like, fuck. I have to do 4 more days of this? Dude. Tuesday, I almost said birthdays were the worst. Biggie Small things. Birthdays were the worst days. Now we ship champagne when we're Thursday. Tuesdays are the worst days. Tuesdays were the worst days. Now we're still not drinking champagne on birthday. I also don't really like champagne that much. And then I see people like chug champagne. The one time I tried to chug, you're not supposed to chug champagne. The one time I tried to chug champagne, I tilted it back and it shot down my throat, and then I threw up. But I was with my long ago ex-girlfriend. When was it? Was it on our birthdays? I don't know what it was, but I had champagne. I don't know why. I must have looked like such a fucking dweeb. Dude, this is so funny. I opened it, brought it over. I don't know why I just like tilted it. I don't know why I would just chugged it in front of her. I think I poured her something. If not, like psycho behavior to just be like, we did it, dude. Like, thanks for coming over. I know I broke up with you 6 months ago and then I wrote you a letter and now you're giving me another chance. Like, and you're still unsure and so am I. And we feel uncomfortable here. Fucking let's drink this. Drank it, shot down my throat. Absolutely. Shot down. Disgusting. And then immediately I go, I'm going to throw up in 3 seconds. Stood up, was like, oh, I got to get water. I might have not even said anything. Stood up, walked to the sink right around the corner in the kitchen, fucking threw it all back up, and then and then came right back around and pretended like nothing happened. And I always am like, does she know that I threw the champagne? I mean, it wasn't like, but actually, you know what was actually good about it? It wasn't like a full throw up. You ever like just thrown up? This is nasty, but whatever. You ever like just yacked? Yak is better than throw up for some reason. You ever just yacked only what you just drank or ate? Everything else stays in your stomach for some reason. Somehow your body is like, nope, just that, abort. But everything else stays. Those are the best because you're like, oh, cool. I just didn't need that. You can just continue eating or drinking after that, which is crazy. Body is great. Body's crazy. John Mayer song. The worst version. The worst version of the John Mayer song is him being like, your body is crazy. Oh. God, your titties. Bad. I don't have the mental capacity to really push forward with bits like that. But you know, it's a funny premise. But yeah, I did. Okay, why was I talking about that? Champagne. Dude, fuck. What the fuck was I talking about? Days of the week. Oh. I got there from, wow. Talking about Tuesday, jumped to Biggie Smalls, jumped to Champagne, couldn't come up with a bit for the Biggie Smalls thing, so just told the story about the champagne, then tried to do the John Mayer thing, bailed on that too, which you guys are used to and you're okay with, because if a bit isn't going well, I'm not going to keep going with it, which I think you guys appreciate it. We're back at Wednesday. Wednesday's fine. It's hump day. It's the middle of the day. It's fine. And then we're at Thursday. We're good. Okay. So, I mean, the whole point of that was for me to be like, hey, what day of the week do you think I should release this? God. I must have had a lot of sugar today, dude, because the ADD's crazy. But I'm also cooking. This is nice. I could do this for a little bit longer. How long have we been recording? 38 minutes? Really? No way. 38 minutes? Dude, I thought I was going to have nothing to say. Man, I'm going to sleep so well tonight. And that is a luxury for me, because I'm in my 30s and sleeping has just gotten hard. I don't know why. Why does sleeping become harder the older your age? Why does sleeping become harder the older you age? Can someone with a degree in something explain that to me? Okay? Why is it that when you're 19, you can literally fall asleep standing up? You could fall asleep on a treadmill, just walking, still like sleeping, still working out. Dude, I could sleep anywhere when I was 19. I remember I would watch the sunrise and be like, okay, cool, going to sleep. Wouldn't affect me, wouldn't mess with my melt, wouldn't mess with my circadian rhythm. None of that. Could drink, drugs, anything. I would not wake up. I would be fine. Totally fine. I never worried about going to sleep. I would look at a bed and be like, cool, I'm going to sleep. I could look at a bed and then fall asleep just by looking at it. I would be somewhere else. I'd be in a chair and be like, bed, sleep. I'm good. I remember hearing older people talk about how hard it is for them to fall asleep. And I was like, okay, if I move, is it going to fuck with this? Oh, man, that was close. All right, it's still on. You guys are still hearing this. I remember hearing old people talk about sleep, and I go, that's never going to happen to me. It will never be hard for me to fall asleep. And boy, was I wrong. And it just gets worse. Definitely. But dude, what is it? And it's just, I guess it's just like the world hasn't bitch slapped you enough that you can like fall asleep without worrying about all this shit. Dude, it can't just be that. It's like your body, bro. And you need sleep more, but your body is like, it will not allow it. I don't know what it is. I don't want to be younger at all. I really don't. Like sometimes I see young people, and obviously you're like, oh, it would be nice to be young again with all I know and blah, blah, blah. No, fuck all that shit. You don't know who you like. There's so much bad about it. Obviously, the recovery from drinking and having smooth skin and shit is better. But besides that, I'll probably just end this whenever my brothers, are they walking right now? Anyway, but dude, now it's like nonstop. Literally, okay, they're here. So it's good. Now, fuck, this bit honestly was gonna be good. Maybe I'll save it for the next one. Yeah, because I got another fire bit as well that I wanted to talk about. Because we're at like 40 minutes. I would say that's good for me being away and recording on a fucking bed in a room with two pieces of art from Marshalls that that's kind of cubist, but not that I didn't explain well. In a room where there's a TV that's not plugged in. There's a lot of, and then glass on the floor because my brother broke it today with his head. But okay, you know what? That'll keep me coming back because you're gonna want to hear more about whatever the fuck I was just talking about, which sleeping. Or what's gonna happen is that the next episode I'm gonna be like, oh shit, we should talk about it more, and I'm gonna have legit 30 seconds more to say about it. And guess what? That's life. You think you're gonna care so much about something and have an opinion, and you don't care at all, and then something that you didn't think you were gonna talk about at all, like Ralph Fiennes fucking your girlfriend, you talk about for 30 minutes. I mean, for 10 minutes, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so the name of the podcast. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Truly, you guys are great fans, great people. I love hearing from you. Oh, we're gonna have a hotline. I have a hotline. I have a Google Voice number. I just haven't posted it yet. But next week I will say the number, and you guys can start calling in with advice, tangents, whatever, dude. Okay, let's hear it. The fun shit and the not fun and the not fun shit. We could talk about some real shit on this show. We already do. Every episode, it's kind of like get into some fun shit and then also talk about some real shit. That's how it goes. But anyway, have a good week. Love you all. Bye.